We're going up to see Jenny and surprise her with her $5,000 prize.
Jenny, congratulations. You're a Bunnings home ground hero.
Pretty honoured and humbled to be a Bunnings home ground hero.
It's overwhelming actually, it's humbling. It's a nice reminder about why I do this.
But yeah, just the whole sense of gratitude, man, and thankful to Bunnings and TNZ.
This isn't about printing. It's about better results with over 90 offices right across the country in residential, commercial and rural.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
Kei ngā haue whā, kei ngā mātāwaka, ko tahuti mai tawhiti nau mai rā ki wainganui ngā waipō kare o te Rotorua nui a kahumata momoi. Ki raro iho i te maunga o ngongota hā, ki konei ki tēnei o ngā papakainga o ngā tifakaue o tūhaurangi, kei te tī, kei te tā, nau mai rā, whakatau mai rā. Welcome to the 2022 Bunnings New Zealand Secondary Schools Touch Nationals presented by Bayleys held here in Rotorua. I'm Kimo Holtham, I'll be one of the commentators today. And I have a couple of experts sitting with me. If you know touch, you know this man, Maya Williams. How are you going today, mate?
Kia ora, Kimo. Good, buddy. Great to be here. Great to be here with you and Kev. Really looking forward to watching an awesome game. I haven't been to the secondary schools for a couple of years, so I've been excited actually turning up. Felt nervous like my first time.
Ka pai. And we also, like you said, you spoke about Kev. We have Michael Kavanagh, touch expert, touch legend. What are you expecting to see today, Kev?
We'll hopefully be looking for a lot of fundamentals out there today with the weather being as bad as what it is. So probably just a lot of completion, maybe keeping the game relatively tight and just looking to get end to end to give each other opportunity on that field.
Yeah, and here we'll see on screen we have Mahurangi College, another game they have today. We had some standout performers. We had their number 8, Ty Connolly, who was constantly in the middle, moving the ball around. They also had their number 10, Tommy Burgess. He's got the pace and he's got the size. They're a very strong team. They're very lucky that they have a very strong coaching panel as well. And then our second team going up against the Mahurangi College today is Lincoln High School, all the way from just the outskirts of Christchurch. They have a couple Canterbury reps, but I'm looking at their team list and the majority are rookies. Maya, how do you feel about this team going up against a team led by the Urban Burgess whānau?
Well, I know what they go through. I mean, I come from Pairo College. We have about 4 touch players, and then we've got to go scab some from netball and soccer. So having a team that's 80% rookies is generally how we do it. So I'm really excited to see how they go. One thing I know about rookies is they're full of energy, and they'll be super excited to be here.
Yeah, I think traditionally, Kev, we know these Christchurch teams, they come fit and they come fast.
Yeah, I think with Lincoln, knowing them from being down there from myself, you're probably looking for a lot of scoop game, to be fair. They may not have much of a quickie opportunity, but they'll be looking to get on the back of the pick.
We see a picture there of Harirua, talk about the super sub. Hare come up to watch his whānau ref, and next minute he got the tap on the shoulder. Mate, we got some gear for you, we need you. And not only do we need you on TV in half an hour. So he's the super sub, and joining him today is Murphy Lister, an up-and-coming superstar. And then one of the strong foundational referees is Joachim Wanahi. So looking forward to an awesome match.
Look, I mentioned yesterday a couple of times we had some very good reffing happening yesterday. What are you looking forward to? What are you expecting from the rest today?
honestly, what the teams want is to keep each other apart. Nice big 7 metres. And as refs, that's all we talk about. If we can keep them apart, we reduce all the hard touches, the offsides, the in the rucks, and everyone gets to watch what they want to watch, and that's these young, incredible athletes playing touch. There we go again. That's a great example of it. Harry just controlling them all the way back. We have the team tapping off, going straight down, nice big gap, space. Harry getting them back to the line, just an easy step in, step back out, and unfortunately caught the defender offside for a first touchdown.
Oh, you could see it. It was clear he was about a metre off the line. But that just goes to show what this new 7 adds to the game.
Yeah, just good awareness there by number 2, Lewis Honey. Identified that Hari had called the player offside and was able to take advantage and score the touchdown. As we see Mahurangi here trying to answer back through a similar game plan themselves.
Here we go, Mahurangi. They've got a little back door. They've got numbers on this left side. He's going to come straight down through the middle. I think it's pulled down. Kev, talk us through this try.
Yes, as we look at the replay here, just gets on a sweep, isolates his defender, bit of show and go, good dive, defender makes the touch, referee makes the decision that the ball was down first, and Mahurangi level this up at 1 apiece.
What a start, 2 sets, 2 tries. I mean, technology these days, the weather doesn't look that bad, but actually outside it's been raining all day yesterday, and the last 3 hours the underfoot conditions are terrible, and these 2 teams have just gone down and went one-on-one.
Yeah, great fundamentals. I think yesterday, that's what all day yesterday was about. It was the teams who were winning the game were the teams who had the best fundamentals, the best basics, who could hold on to the ball, and who had good ruck control.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to catch a bit of the live stream yesterday and noticed that there were a lot of drop balls, so just be looking for a lot of fixes around those fundamental areas and about completing sets and making sure that they get end to end to give each other as much opportunity as possible. As we see Mahurangi here just going through their subset, managed to catch the Lincoln defence offside to be able to get a penalty and get a fresh set of 6, which is relatively a tap off from halfway, so be interested to see what Mahurangi can construct from this set.
Yeah, we got their number 8, Ty Connolly, who day 1 played very well. He's back here in the middle. He'll be looking to do something. He drops about 5 metres out. Can he get inside? No, he can't. Good defence by Lincoln.
Yeah, good lift off the line there by Lincoln, able to get 2 steps off the line to not give that referee any decision, but to know that he was able to make the touch before the player got to the line.
Kev, I know it's only day 2 of the tournament and we're only in the morning part. This is Lincoln's first game today, and Mahurangi played one 2 hours ago. Does that make a difference when you were playing at secondary schools? Did that make a difference in terms of playing a team this is their second game versus playing a team's first game?
I think if you're coming into it from a team that's already played in the morning against a team that's fresh, it's almost a different mindset or a level of mindset that you know that you have to be aware that their legs will be a little bit fresher, but then also coming in as the team that's playing fresh, as we just see Lincoln here trying to execute on the right hand side, but good touch there by the Mahurangi College defender. But just back to what I was saying, and I think if you're that second team that hasn't actually played yet, then you're trying to probably find your feet a little bit, understanding that the team in the morning that's already had a game may have been able to talk about a few errors that they'd made or some work-ons or some things to do right. So it's probably a little bit of a balanced 50-50 approach to both sides in this one, I think.
Yeah, over here we see Mahurangi College with an early mistake. Ty Connolly not able to control the ball as well as he would have liked, giving Lincoln another shot at this line. Here they are. I like what they're doing here, just stretching the field. Oh! Mistake there by Lincoln. Mahurangi College, they'll be wiping their brow after that one. Happy they didn't concede a try. So here they are. They'll be looking to get out of this side. They go 2 out. Sweeper play coming around.
They've been on the last 4 sets, really. I know they haven't all been completed. So that's a great effort from them to D out 2 sets and get some fresh subs on.
Yeah, Mahurangi have done well here to get to a strike dump opportunity as we just see them kill it on the far side of the field, making it a little bit tougher for Lincoln to sub out, as we can kind of see the conditions in the background there like you were talking about, Maya.
I'll tell you one thing that's impressed me. I've been involved in the secondary school mixed grade with generally Poto College brings a mixed team over, and it's the advancement and the development in the female players that are in the mixed team. They are so strong now, and Devon Lee, one of those, is just an incredible player. Their hands, Winger's the hardest job, as you can see here. The Lincoln winger having to mark the link and the winger. It's the hardest job in the world, and these young ladies are incredible. We have a great try there to Alice Cleland.
As we look at the Bunnings Warehouse replay here, just a nice strong dump, gives it straight back to the ball player, who identifies that there's space out wide, and a good left to right, and a good finish there by number 12 from Mahurangi College, Alice Cleland, in the corner.
Yeah, Maya, you spoke about winger being the hardest position to D from. I think, Michael Kavanagh, you're probably one of the best we've ever had in the Silver Fern to do it out on the wing. What is it? What is it about being a wing that makes it so hard?
I guess when you think about it, it's because you've kind of got to make people aware on your inside around exactly what's happening. You're trying to help them as well as help yourself. And to be honest, I wouldn't say that it's difficult. It's probably just more the competitive challenge that you get from being out there. And I guess that's where I thrived off it. And Peter Mack gave me that opportunity and gave me that challenge. And then I guess I've just grown since of probably just not wanting to fail from being out there. But like I've said to many aspiring wingers, to become better, I had to get it wrong 99 times to get it right the 100 times.
I think in your attempt to be humble there, there's about 1,000 wingers saying it's not that difficult at all. They're all hating on you now. It might not be difficult for you because you, like as Kimmel said, one of the best, if not the best ever, but it's a whole lot more difficult for our whānau back home than what Cav just suggested. Here we go again, Mahurangi, good set on D. Now, as Cav talked about, just going through the fundamentals of getting out, handing the ball over down the other end so then they can get their defence set.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if we can tell which way the wind's going at the moment, but just looking at the way that Mahurangi are coming off their line, just a little bit slow in their foot speed, so they might be looking to just up their kind of intensity through their ruck to get better field position, as Lincoln just give away a penalty to give Mahurangi exactly that.
Yeah, and with Dearborn Burgess on the field at the moment in that number 10 jumper, you know he'll be looking to get the ball into his hands. Here he is, right down about 8 metres out. He goes for the step back. He was looking for the gap, but well defended by Lincoln, well read.
Yeah, and Tommy as well, he's coming from two older brothers there, in George and Dan, who I've had the pleasure of being able to coach both of them. George, unfortunately, was going to be a part of our New Zealand 20s group before COVID took that away from him. And then also Dan, he's a part of the current New Zealand 20s group that's looking to go over and compete in the Pacific Youth Cup in May of next year. So it comes from a very good household.
Oh, to be 20 again.
Oh, to be 20.
Says you two young bucks.
As we see a fake the quickie in, a nice right to left to number 11 there, Maya Collins-Bowman. And Maya, I think that just emphasises, as we look at the replay, just how strong it is to have good girls out on that mixed field.
Totally. Like, I mean, she needs to be flat, or not flat-footed, but she is flat-footed, so she's thinking in her head, I need to catch this ball, I need to get it to ground as quick as I can from a flat start. So great job, great catch. And again, that catch was a lot harder than it looks on TV as I look outside the tent, and it's a lot more than just the drizzle.
Yeah, because you got to be thinking about the weather. Like those passes, those long balls, they're not easy out here. So the skill required to catch and throw those balls, you got to take your hat off to both these teams because they're both throwing them at the moment.
Yeah, it's cool to see that they've got the confidence to try and like test the conditions, but also like throw something at the defence that they may have been unaware of, thinking that they might have been playing a bit tight. But seeing how they're playing nice and expansive, it's probably giving them a little bit more opportunity to execute down at the scoreline.
I think what we're seeing here is the difference between the two teams' experience. Mahurangi as a school for so many years, always in the top 8, top 4, national champions at times, versus Lincoln, who's a full rookie team. The Lincoln team are just so energetic and they just go at 1,000 miles an hour. Just unfortunately, there's a few penalties that happen midfield when Lincoln are on defence and just giving Mahurangi a piggyback. As we see here, Ty Connolly fake it out to his link, go through the gap. That was great, an easy try. Well done, Ty.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful little hands play. Just eyes up. They knew where they were going. They knew what they wanted to do, and they found the space. And once you get the ball into to the hands of players like Ty Connolly, who's got a bit of pace.
As we go to the replay here, we see him just identify that there's a bit of space, puts on the afterburner, nice dummy, show and go, and then too much speed as he's able to just cross the line to put Mahurangi ahead 4-1, I think the score is.
I made comment
5-1, my bad.
Sorry, Kev. I made comment about how hard it is for our female wingers and how hard it is for a winger, but let's take into account how much harder it is for our female links. They're often up against a guy, as they would call a mismatch. I don't think it's too much of a mismatch these days, but not only are they having to help their insides, they've also got that male player against them, and the job and the pressure that they're under is just immense.
Oh, and there we go. We see another mistake. Lincoln will be thankful for that mistake. They need to try and get back down to their attacking 7 metre. They haven't been down in a while. Oh, and unable to at this point in time. They do make a mistake right on halfway. No doubt they'll be looking to make up for that one. But Mahurangi College now on the attack from their half. Lincoln make a good touch just under it.
I think it's evident through watching both teams as well that we might see that talked about at half-time, just a bit tighter to the ruck so that they're able to complete their sets. As we see Mahurangi here, just slowing it up, allowing their transitions to come on. Giving it back to the Urban Burgess. Big slam dunk, and it's given. He's crossed again.
Beautiful to watch here. Look, he just comes in. He sets it up. He doesn't really have anything on, but he just snipes a little gap, gets under his defender.
Kev, what's your thoughts on the slam dunk? I know in my pseudo-coaching roles, you tended to get a few laps around the field if I ever seen you slam dunk the ball, because for me that wasn't the quickest or the most accurate way to get it to the scoreline. I know it's probably what the entertainment part of these young fellas want to show. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a trend that we see amongst the youth, and even just looking at a few of these players from Mahurangi, there's a lot of NBA players who are their favourite sports people, so maybe they've got something out of the NBA to bring onto the touch field.
Is it something you'd coach?
If it was in my team, I'd be telling them just put the ball down, let's make sure of it, and make sure we can secure that touchdown before doing anything flashy.
Oh, come on, we love a bit of colour, we love a bit of colour. I enjoy a bit of a slam dunk. And hey, what I'm thinking is that it was so wet that he needed to slam the ball down, otherwise he was going to lose it.
That is a fair comment.
Mahurangi, all the way up on halfway. Maya, what happened there?
I didn't actually see it. I was trying to...
Neither did I
was so intrigued in Cam's slam dunker with the NBA players and all that. But just again, so 7 of the last 8 sets, Lincoln have given away a penalty while being on defence. Given Mahurangi... Oh, there we go. I was actually really looking forward to see Ty and Lucas on attack. They've done a lot of defence as a partnership, and they haven't really been down there attacking in much. This is their second time down there together, and as we see, they must be a lethal combination, because that was actually just poetry in motion. Ran into space, checked what the winger defender was doing, an easy pass out for a great catch, great dive, and Mahurangi up 6-1.
Yeah, but I think you can tell that Mahurangi College very well drilled. And I want to say the same about Lincoln. The only thing that has been letting them down are their mistakes, I think, so far in the game. As you can see, they're very good on the 7. Very, very good, actually. They've been awarded the try. Beautiful work by Lincoln College.
As we look here, was it just a quickie, was it, Kev?
Yeah, it was. I think he just split to the same side that he came from. Good isolation of the shoulders, made him pull a corner, and then was able to dive between the saver and the man that made the touch and be able to get their second touchdown, Lincoln. And they're not unfamiliar from being quite competitive at the secondary school nationals. I think it was only a few years back that they went to a coin toss to make the final or the semi-final. Is that?
Oh no! Is
that right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It might have been the semi where it was all tied up on points and who beat who. So it actually went to a coin toss. So they were very unfortunate to not make the next stage of the competition.
I would hate to not make it through on a coin toss. That'd be horrible. Anyway, we see here we got Lincoln College. They got the go forward going here. Some really good yards. They're going to 3-man through the middle. Then they're going to spread it out to this right side, get as close to their box as they can, bring on some fresh legs. This is beautiful work by Lincoln. It's been a while since they've been down this side of the field.
Oh, they're around the back. There's that flavour you were talking about, Kumo. It's good to see.
Yeah, beautiful to watch, mate. But Mahurangi College more than up to the task. They do make the touch.
Just complete, Lukey, just complete.
Yeah, a bit of a hard touch there by Lincoln. I was actually really impressed with their last yardage set. They went nice and direct, was very controlled, and then allowed their attacking subbers to come on to try and execute something on the fifth. Much similar to what Mahurangi are trying to achieve here, as we see them get into their strike dunk with a bit of a sweep, with a check back, the hole's there, and a good saving touch from the number 10 there from Lincoln.
Yeah, and with that happening right on the hooter, Lincoln College will be happy with that. 6 points to 2. Mahurangi College are up, but Lincoln's still in the conversation. If they can sort of shave down some of these mistakes, no doubt they'll be right back in it. Hoi anō e te whānau, kau e tawhiti atu te haere, a koa ki nei, hoki mai ai me te toinga o te kēmu nei.
We're going up to see Jenny and surprise her with her $5,000 prize.
Jenny, congratulations. You're a Bunnings home ground hero.
Pretty honoured and humbled to be a Bunnings home ground hero.
It's overwhelming actually, it's humbling. It's a nice reminder about why I do this.
But yeah, just the whole sense of gratitude, man, and thankful to Bunnings and TNZ.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bayleys finding buyers that others can't.
Nau mai, hoki mai koutou ki tēnei o ngā takiwā o te ārawa I ki ana ko Rotorua. We have Mahurangi College going up against Lincoln High School at the 2022 Bunnings New Zealand Secondary Schools Touch Nationals, held here in Rotorua, presented by Bayleys. I runga I tēnā Touch, New Zealand is looking for their coach of the tournament. Thanks to the Bunnings Warehouse, there are 6 prizes up for grabs, including a $500 Bunnings voucher and a coaching kit for the winner. So visit Touch NZ on Facebook or Instagram, nominate your coach, and whānau, you could be in to win. Kev, are you coaching this year?
I'm not coaching at the secondary schools, no, but I'm fortunate enough to be helping out Polder Peony with the New Zealand 20s, so it's cool to identify some of the players that are amongst our group that are performing over this weekend.
Beautiful. Maya, what about you? Do you do any coaching?
No, yeah, I'm doing coaching, not at secondary schools, just at home. Often we need to have a turnover of a lot of players, so we're a 2-year project and hope to be back here next year.
Oh, awesome, man. What? And can't wait to be to see. It's a Paeroa College?
Paeroa College, yeah.
Paeroa College back in there. Hoi anō e te whānau, we have the second half underway. Mahurangi College with ball in hand at the moment. They seem to be quite a bit bunched at the moment, but here they are stretching it out. Ty Connolly coming on that sweeper play, looked for the insider. He's dummy half now, checks it back out. They've got numbers. Doesn't need the numbers, though.
He's pretty deceptive, Cam Taylor there. Yeah, the last try of the first half, he nearly set up there with a step outside and threw it back in. He's got soft hands, he's got good vision, and for a big set boy, he's got good agility.
He's a unit, mate. He's a unit. It's a wonder he can slip through those gaps. He's got a nice pass here as well. Nice ball out to the winger. Winger almost able to get on the outside of her lady, but Lincoln High School up for the challenge.
Kev, we see at the end of that set, Mahurangi Cam Taylor looked to intentionally throw it to his box side to finish the set. That's a pretty common strategy, is it?
Yeah, we probably see that they're probably trying to make Lincoln work a little bit harder to be able to get off the field, and that might mean that they've got to eat up a couple more touches to be able to get across to that sub-box, which really means that when their transition comes on, it's going to be harder to get to a strike dump as 4 and 5 comes closer and closer to the end of the set.
Hey, and we want to talk about harder. Maya, how much harder is it for these referees to be reffing now that the 5's changed to a 7?
I sort of haven't done too much refereeing since it's come into the 7. Or maybe I was too scared. It was hard enough to get them back 5, let alone 7. It has to be harder because the greater the space the teams have in terms of the attacking teams, the faster the game is able to go, and I think that's one of the intentions. So the game has got faster as a result, and therefore it's gotten harder to manage that 7. So it's definitely harder for the refs, and that's why you see a lot more young fit fellas like yourself and Kev, and less old kuddles like myself.
I don't know where you're looking at me to be seeing fast and fit, mate, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Lincoln here, they make it all the way down to the opposition's 7 metre, so that's a good set for them. You don't need to score off every set. But being down 4 points, no doubt they'll be wanting to dot some down.
Yeah, sometimes in the game as well, it's about getting those small wins and just completing set after set and kind of trying to break that other team down is almost a little win in itself. So Lincoln will be trying to go back to back here in terms of trying to defend out Mahurangi, who look to strike through Durban Burgess, who just unfortunately puts the ball to ground. So back to what I was talking about before, we just want Lincoln here to complete that set again, get those small wins and just try and claw their way back into this game.
Very contrasting halves. If we think about the first half, there was 3 tries and 3 sets, and now we're just gone over 3 minutes into the second half, and a lot of the game's being played within the 5s as opposed to behind them.
Maybe that's reflective of what the coaches was talking about at halftime, you know, being able to control the ball a little bit. Unfortunately, just tried to punch onto the ball a little bit too hard there. The intent was there, just unfortunately his knees kicked the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, but with our 15-minute halves, one thing we noticed yesterday is that last 7 minutes, that's when you see who the fittest team is. That's when a lot of our points are getting piled on, is when the lungs are burning. So now we have Durban Burgess back on the field. Here he is in that number 10. They look for that outside bounce instead. Does Connolly get it down? Yes, he does. Beautiful work.
As we go to the replay here, we see them trying to set up for a 33 dump in the middle. We just see Ty out the back there. He knew where he was going. They were able to bounce out the link, isolate the girl link side and be able to score a try.
Again, it's that man Cam Taylor with the beautiful pass left and right. You just seen him throw a long ball to the left-hand winger, and this time he's throwing a one left to right. So that Cam Taylor, he's the man to watch, obviously.
Yeah, here we have a sweeper play by Lincoln. They've got that outside number, unable to hold on to that ball though. So Mahurangi College do just enough just to keep them out.
Boys, you have been around the mixed game. Is there any reason why I'm picking up that they're putting the 2 girls on the left-hand side?
I don't know if there's a reason why they are doing that. In the teams that I've had, our girls been on one side and they've been on that side regardless of what the other team does. It's just what we trained, and that's how our structures work. So I'm not entirely sure why this might be the case.
Yeah, but I find one thing Mahurangi are doing though is they're identifying that, and they're forcing that mismatch whenever they're on the 5. And that's something you have to be watching out for constantly in mixed. Is that mismatch, because you have so many attacking opportunities off of that. So Lincoln here, they'll be looking, they'll be wanting anyway, to try and sort that out.
Yeah, a bit of a cleaner set here by Lincoln. Their ruck control's been a lot better. As we see them get to a pick off the decor, a bit of a slip there on defence, isolates them with a good long ball, bit of a juggle. Unfortunately, couldn't finish in the corner.
Oh yeah, I was whispering to myself, he's got it. But again, just that the conditions coming into play, the ball still quite slippery, unable to get a clean catch at it, giving the defensive side just enough time to come up and make that touch. And Lincoln with another mistake.
I think what you're seeing there is the difference again in experience. There was a try in the first half where the same thing happened with Mahurangi, and their girl link really chopped into the hole. And so what we saw, unfortunately, there with Lincoln is they got on the outside of the 3 defender. However, the girl link, Denver Perrick, just held rather than chopping the hole, so that there wasn't really an opportunity. And I'm sure Denver and the coach will look at that, and by the end of this tournament she'll be chopping those holes like a professional.
Mahurangi need to be careful here. There was almost forward. Ref's not going to call it though. Lincoln do make the touch.
Yeah, I've been noticing with Mahurangi that they've been throwing a few more sweep plays since the second half, so they're obviously identifying that maybe Lincoln's shoulders are a little bit turned in, so they're trying to get them to chase out and then step back and look for some good hole runners on their open side. As We see Lincoln just yarding out. Unfortunately, a bit of a drop ball there in the corner. Coach kind of taking the head off.
Almost forward, Kimmel. I don't think I've ever heard you say that. Whenever I was reffing and you were playing, it was never almost forward. It was always forward, Maya.
Here we have Lincoln now on the defensive edge here, trying to shut them out. Oh, but Connolly, he finds the mismatch again out on that female wing side. And again, that just comes back to identifying where those players are in that defensive line.
That had to be planned, because that just happened way too easy, as if it was planned. That had to be. That's a great work there from Ty Connolly. He's sharp.
Yeah, and that's something you're able to do, I guess, when you get the turnover as that close to your box. You're able to sneak in those sneaky little plays. And again, just coming back to that mismatch and identifying where it was. Beautiful work. But here we have Lincoln. Nice little step back check off. Shutter was just too late, giving Lincoln that point. 8 points to 3. Lincoln claw one back.
Yeah, as we go to the Bunnings Warehouse replay, we see the setup here. And just look at the eyes of the ball player here. Rather than looking at the player, he'll look at the defender who's in front. He can see that he's come in. Nice little check-off pass. Shutting defender just a little bit too slow on the right-hand side there, and Lincoln able to claw one back to make the score 8-3.
Yeah, one of the advantages of constantly moving forward. The attacking line was not stationary at any point, so Mahurangi College were always moving backwards, giving them more time to work with the ball. Lincoln College. Nice little long ball out to hit to the wing. She does make the catch. Is the ref going to give it?
She's put her hands up. I think they've called it forward. But I've been really impressed with Alice Cleland out there. She's made a couple of crucial catches.
Yes.
Even a couple of great touchdowns in the game as well. So I think Mahurangi can be very pleased with how she's been going in this game.
You boys might not know this, but sometimes what you find when you're refereeing is when something gets missed, you start sending messages through to each other as referees around, hey, let's not forget about those forward passes off the ruck. So, Kimmel, you called one that was almost forward a couple of sets ago, and now we've just seen two in the next two sets. So, often, sometimes, as a group of refs, you see something, it got missed, and then you go, hey, team, let's not think about this. And then suddenly you might find a lot more of that happening. So, I'd be interested to see if that continues over the next 5.5 minutes.
Maya, just talking about things like that, we can see that there's 2 penalties that have come now on the scoreline. Some people at home may not be aware of the new rule, the 3 penalties that are given and then 1 to the side. There was a few that happened last weekend at Māoris, and then a couple of the boys that were affected by it gave what's happening here. Can you explain that new rule?
Yeah, so basically what it is we got to a point where there could have been 10, 20, not 20, but, as many penalties as the defensive team wanted to give away, and that was obviously killing the game and stifling what everyone wants to see, which is that attacking flair. So now, if a team is penalised 3 times consecutively on the scoreline, then the third player who was the offending player for that third penalty has to go to the sideline until they get the ball back.
And if a 4th penalty is given, does that mean another player goes to the side?
Well, tell you what, if a ref ever gets to 3 penalties, they're probably thinking that we need to lift our comms, and it's just always our intention to never get to that 4.
Appreciate the explanation, boys. That was some good touch knowledge there. Here we have Lincoln, though. They have the penalty just 10 metres out from halfway. They'll be looking to hold on to the ball. They haven't been able to complete many sets coming out of their 7 metre. So they'll be looking just to do so. I like the go forward they have happening at the moment. Mahurangi College, though, not panicked. They've bunched up on this left side. Are they going to spew it open? He's found some space. Made it look easy. Sort of just slithered his way through.
Yeah, great bit of footwork there by Tom Turner. We see that he just gets the nice split in here and gets the ball back. Kind of identifies they're offside. Bit of a swerve, defender misses him, and he's able to get another touchdown for Lincoln as they start bringing themselves back into this game.
Ben Cooper from Mahurangi, we gutted that he missed that touch, just slipped there, but great honesty. It would have been easy for him to say he touched them, but he didn't, and I really respect that in the player. Yeah. Here we have the gun Cam Taylor on. I'll be interested to see. I'm thinking it's going to be a right to left long ball, but let's see what he gets up to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here for Mahurangi. We've just seen a bit of a momentum shift in the last couple of minutes to Lincoln, so they'll be trying to claw ahead by another one here. And Maya, you called it. You called it, that right to left, and it's that girl again, Alice, in the corner.
Oh, they're going to call it forward. He's got a beautiful ball too. It's not forced, it's not pushed. Here he is, we'll get a proper look out over here. There he is, he's about 8 metres out. Throws the ball at about 2 metres on the line. Maya, you're the ref, you call it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who watch sort of look where the ball was thrown to where the ball was caught, but as you boys know, it's got really nothing to do with that, and it's got to do with how the ball comes out of the player's hands and whether that was passed forward, therefore forward out of the hands or not. I think what Cam Taylor did a great job in that last replay is he got 2 defenders up and they're almost standing behind each other, and that's why the overlap out to the winger was so easy. Just unfortunately, just a little bit of inaccuracy there with the pass.
And that can make it tough for the winger side as well, not knowing who made the touch in terms of in the middle, whether it's my corner, whether it's my save side, especially at the secondary school level where they're probably still developing and learning their understanding of where they need to be on the field.
Look, one thing I've really liked from Mahurangi College in comparison to their game yesterday, their number 10, Tommy Durban-Burgess, was really one of their standout players, but it looks like Cam Taylor, their number 3, they're really sharing the load today. A lot of their middles are just, it's not focused on one player. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this. Oh, no, with the slip. And that's easy to do in these conditions. I mean, you can already see the brown patches we have on the ground, especially around that 7 metre. It's not the prettiest line in the world.
Yeah, I did a bit of a walk around before coming into the tent, and the 7s actually didn't look too bad. So it just goes to show what the weather's doing out there in the space of all of 30 minutes in terms of how it started to eat away at the ground. Lincoln trying to claw one back here to make it a bit of a sharp finish in this last 2 minutes as we see the number 3 there scooping through, finding number 4. Touch has been called by Mahurangi though. That's good mirroring defence there.
That was beautiful mirroring defence.
Oh, beautiful, especially when the scoreline's 8-4 and still making sure that they're giving everything to make sure they finish this game out.
Yeah, and here we have Mahurangi College making the way forward with just over a minute to go. Just want to give a special mention out to Bayleys Real Estate, who are proud to be supporting the Bunnings New Zealand Secondary Schools Touch Nationals this weekend. They actually have 2 chances for your school to win support towards travel costs to and from Rotorua this weekend. It's a $500 cashback. They also have $500 worth of sports equipment to give away. All you have to do is find the Bayleys gazebo down here in Rotorua to win whānau. Nō reira mehe make konei koutou, kaue mataku, kaue awanga haere atu. Hoia no Mahurangi College now on the attack, and we have that Cam Taylor long ball out to the wing. This time I don't think you can turn that one away.
Yeah, it was a carbon copy of when he was down here last. Oh, is it forward again? It's a literal carbon copy. Once again, Cam just holding on just outside the 7, bringing up the 2 defenders. Again, as you said, Cam, both sides of the ball, not knowing for defensively anyway if they were supposed to shut or mirror. Gets the ball back and throws it out, but unfortunately forward again.
Yep.
I must say that we're not the most forward passes I've ever seen thrown forward.
Oh, look, I think with the way our camera angles are at the moment, I don't think we could be talking in the box. Got to take our hats off to these refs. They've been, if anything, they've been consistent in these games. And that's all, as a player, that's all you can ask for from your refs, is to be consistent.
Great effort by Lincoln there, not wanting to just walk forward and give the touch, giving it all to the end, trying to make sure they can get another touchdown on the board, but Mahurangi equal to the task and able to shut number 7 down there in the corner.
And there we have it, te whānau te kemi tuatahi o te rangi nei ko Mahurangi College e putana te ihu ki te kapa o Lincoln High School. Kau e tawhiti atu te haere, ākua ki nei hoki mai ai mātou tokotoru, ki te kau e tonu i ngā āhuatanga o te rā nei e pāna ki tēnei o ngā kemu i ki ana ko te pāhutu pāru.